Sirak, tell the sisters what I made for dinner last night.
Oh my God. Okay, Tallene made this amazing, I don't even know what kind of meat it was, like this Korean rib kind of.
It was
It
ribeye steak.
was ribeye steak?
Sliced it.
Thinly sliced it.
Sliced it.
She put it in gluten-free flour, like
Tapioca starch.
tapioca starch. And then
Dredged
she
it.
put it onto a wok, and she fried it.
Then I drizzled it with gluten-free soy sauce, like this teriyaki marinade, which I forgot the brand. It's in the fridge, but darn it, I'll get it later.
Who'll bring it? I'll bring it.
Well, you know what, Sirak? It's in the right fridge. Open the door. You know what the bottle looks like. I drizzled that onto the steak after I fried it. So now it's crispy from the tapioca starch and being fried. Then I drizzled that thing on it, and it was literally Mongolian beef. It's not focused.
It's focusing on you.
Oh, the brand is gluten-free Japanese barbecue sauce, Bachan's, BACHAN''S. They are not a sponsor of this episode.
Not at all.
Should be. So if you're listening, we love your stuff.
Yeah, we really love it, honestly.
Doctor said you got PCOS. Now go on, girl, just lose some weight. Till I took the symptoms into my own hands and reversed them naturally.
And so it was so good last night. I even told Tallene this is an instant Tallene Hall of Fame, Tallene's Kitchen Hall of Fame inductee immediately. You know, usually when you go into the Hall of Fame, you have to play the support for like 10 years. You have some great stats, have some sort of like, you know, a memorable career. But with this meal, y'all, this was an instant overnight Justin Bieber kind of success. Overnight, This is a star of this kitchen.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I want this meal now once a month.
Wow.
I demand it. Your husband requires it.
Oh my God, I hope I don't forget to make it, because sometimes I make really good things and then forget about them.
I mean, you create these expectations, and if you can't fill the shoes consistently, then I don't know what the whole point is. I'm sorry.
No, but it was really good. We had some sauteed bok choy and mushrooms next to it. And then I also sometimes I get like frozen rice from Whole Foods because I don't want to always make it myself.
They have frozen rice?
Yes.
Like cooked rice is frozen?
Cooked Asian style with veggies in it, rice.
That's interesting.
And it's like something called like Simple Foods or something, very like healthy, minimal ingredients, no seed oils and all that. Heated that up so that I could focus on just making the meat so that it wasn't like a complicated meal. And it was delicious. And that launches me into this episode.
Yes.
Which is about meal planning.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially right now, like around springtime. Like,
yes.
There's this time where a lot of people are starting to get, you know, they're thinking about summer body. I want to make sure that, you know, I want to look my best for the summer. So everybody's trying during the spring to really make a meal plan or to make some sort of a plan to help them get ready.
I feel extra motivated in the spring because the weather is better and it's nice. You go outside. Vegetables are starting to get in season. I love spring vegetables and colors and everything. And so this is like prime time to try some new recipes, get a meal plan going, and get a little bit motivated mid-year.
Exactly. And it's not just about also looking good, but also feeling good.
Yeah.
Like when you're on a plan and you're eating things consistently and you're not like rushing to make breakfast, you're not like guessing what am I going to eat at lunch today and ending up like having limited choices. It just makes you feel good when you're eating consistently the right way or, you know, the best way possible. And that puts you on a better path for your PCOS to feel good.
And the easiest way to do that is by creating a meal plan for yourself, whether it's a 7-day meal plan or a 4-week meal plan, or you just set the goal of eating, or if you set the goal of meal planning for 4 weeks and you go 1 week at a time. This is just going to create some structure and set you up for success. And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. Research shows that it takes an average of 21 to 28 days to form a habit, and sticking with it for 4 weeks can help you turn small PCOS changes into sustainable lifestyle changes.
They'll become addicting. Like if you meditate every day, every morning for 4 weeks, you will become so addicted that when you don't do it, you feel like your whole day, it's like not having a cup of coffee. It feels like your whole day is going to go wrong. So that's where we want you to, like, that's kind of a way to build habits, is that you do it for so long that it feels like if you don't do it, it's now like I don't
The
feel
same
good.
thing happens with working out. The same thing happens with like me and Sirak, we eat dinner together every night. I feel like if we got out of that habit and I started like eating without you, or like you just skip dinner, like whatever, like that starts to just feel weird, disconnected. What's going on? Why? Because we've done this for like 5 years now. And so it's a habit.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of too, let's dive right into it. But right now, the first like quarter of the year, let's just say, our entire focus has actually been on revamping the entire meal planning section in the sisterhood. Like we're completely revamping it from scratch. And one of the things we did before we did that was we did a survey to see what people wanted, what they were exactly looking for. And one of the questions we asked was, what is your ideal length for a meal plan? Is it 7 days? Is it 2 weeks, or is it 4 weeks? And we found out that it's actually 7 days. Or that's what 80% of the members in the sisterhood said. They prefer a 7-day meal plan because it helps them not feel overwhelmed, not feel overwhelmed or feel like there's a lot to do. So if you're following this meal plan that we're about to give you, or sorry, a meal plan that we're about to break down for you, just keep in mind, breaking them into 7-day sprints may make it easier for you to implement them into your lifestyle and make it a consistent thing.
Yes. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? Or should we read some of the wins?
Oh yeah, let's read some of the wins of the week. First one being from Gabrielle. These are sisters who are reversing their symptoms, losing weight, and showing PCOS.
Who the boss is.
Go ahead, babe.
All right. Gabrielle says, hello, sisters. I just wanted to share a positive story with this group. Yesterday marked a full year of fully subscribing to the sisterhood and going gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, and caffeine-free.
Wow,
and
amazing.
Focusing on slow-weighted workouts. Nothing had worked up, and my PCOS, my endometriosis, and my PMDD symptoms were debilitating. Plus, my weight was out of control despite cutting calories like crazy. I'm proud to say that as of yesterday, I'm down 55 pounds.
Wow.
I still have a ways to go, but the PCOS moon phase has improved and my blood work is almost perfect according to my doctor, despite being, quote, very concerning on multiple levels just 1 year ago.
Wow.
Although I have a long way to go to reach my goal weight, my PCOS symptoms are significantly better in just 1 year. Thank you, Tallene and Sirak, for everything.
Wow.
What
amazing.
a testimony. It just
Great
slaps
job.
you in the face, I tell you.
Yeah, what a success story. Like she, in a year, completely changed like everything in the terms of her lifestyle and her diet. She went dairy-free, gluten-free. I'm sure she took it one step at a time and just really focusing on that self-care and seeing you lose 55 pounds, Gabrielle, we could not be prouder and could not be also happier to be part of your journey. So just great job.
Amazing.
Round of applause goes to you. And to all the sisters who are in the sisterhood or in everywhere,
who
just managing their symptoms. Yeah, who are doing their best.
Okay, next we have Kataya.
All right, Tanya, you feel like you're the better reader, Tanya.
Really? Do I have a calm, soothing voice? People say that my voice is calm and soothing. Let us know in the comments.
It's definitely is. You're Kim Kardashian. Go for it.
When I tell you that for the last 8 years, I had tried everything from personal trainers to fasting to healthy eating and nothing worked. This is working. I know it's a small number, but I actually lost 4 pounds doing this meal plan and workout regimen in the sisterhood. I am so proud of myself for keeping this up for the last few weeks. In the past, I always ended up feeling down because the scale kept mocking me no matter what I did. But I am so happy I found the sisterhood.
I love that.
You're so welcome.
The passion, you can feel it through the entire comment, but losing 4 pounds, it is not something to downplay. That's amazing. Just by doing the meal and workout regimen, that means that if you were to do it again, you could really increase those results every single time you do more and more.
Refine it.
Yeah, from that first time doing it, that's just a great job.
Yes.
Awesome.
So let's get into it.
Yeah. So with that motivation, with that kind of seeing how other sisters are doing with their meal and workout plans, let's get into how to make your own. And let's all take a little bit of testosterone relief tea, put it into our... Tanya, you don't have your tea.
I don't.
Where's your teacup?
It's the dishwasher.
You always do the episode with at least a teacup.
I know.
All right.
Darn it.
Well, for those who actually want to drink tea, you can check out Testosterone Relief Tea. It's our spearmint tea organic blend that's meant to reduce testosterone and help you get rid of facial hair, hair loss, cystic acne, and more. So check that out. It's in the link in the description.
So for many of us, meal planning can be a really daunting task, especially if you're new to the kitchen, especially if you create a 7-day meal plan and see all this food that maybe you've never cooked before. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to start? But remember, the key is to figure out what works for your body and your lifestyle and what you like to do. So even if you don't follow a meal plan perfectly, let's be real, it's going to have a lot of challenges. You may burn something. It may not work out. Just the day before I cooked that delicious Mongolian beef, the day before I made the most disgusting roast you've ever had in your life, and we're feeding it to the dog. This is part of meal planning. Okay.
Just to get some context, we made a roast in the oven and it went perfect temperature with a thermometer. And for some reason, it was like a piece of tire. Like
it was a tire.
We couldn't even cut it. We cut it and it's just like, you can't even chew it. Like
I'm literally going to go back and get mad at the people who sold it to me at the farmer's market and be like, I literally cooked it for like 70 minutes. You know, I knew exactly what I was doing. The temperature was correct. Maybe the hell are you selling me?
Maybe we're not supposed to put it in the steam oven.
But why?
I don't know.
I wasn't steaming it. It was on convection.
The thing turned out perfect when you made what was it?
Prime rib, no.
That long tenderloin. That tenderloin was so good.
Outrageous.
So I don't know.
You guys. Okay. Wait, where was I? Okay. So we're going to run into some problems sometimes. And then not only may you burn something, but challenges. Okay. Like family and work, and you might be too tired to cook. And a new dog. Like it throws things off. We were hungry for days when we got the dog because I couldn't get my mind together and straight so I could make something.
There's also like fatigue, like the fatigue of making new meals, constantly tasting new stuff that you're not used to. Yeah. You get tired of that too.
So over time though, you pivot, you adjust, you find what works for you. You pick yourself up after you make the most disgusting roast of your life. And then the next day you're making something that's a Hall of Famer, Mongolian beef.
Yes.
So you just can't give up. That's what I'm trying to say.
So and like basically like you're going to, like Tallene has learned a lot of strategies from all these like, you know, mistakes and errors and things like that. And she's summarized it in such a way where I feel like even me, I can meal plan after this episode.
After this episode. Well, we'll see.
Right, give us your key strategies.
Okay. So key strategies for me is, I have like rules and regulations on my weekends because if I don't come out of the weekend having meal prepped at least breakfast, I know that my Monday and the beginning of my week is just going to slowly deteriorate and fall apart. People aren't going to eat. I'm going to be annoyed. The dog's going to be barking. So my key strategy is over the weekend, one of them is over the weekend, I meal prep a breakfast. So that means maybe I make Sunday pancakes, like protein pancakes, and then I make extra and I freeze it. And then throughout the week, I take it out and we have that for breakfast. And it's super easy. You put some almond butter. There's protein in the pancakes. We're good to go. This is actually a recipe in the Sisterhood.
And how many breakfasts do you make for the week over the weekend?
I do at least 3. So I'll make maybe a chia seed pudding for 3 days worth, like in 3 different jars. Or I will do the pancakes, pull it out of the freezer, whatever works with my schedule over the weekend. Chia seed pudding is like super easy to make.
Okay.
So if I had a busy weekend, I whip it up. Doesn't matter if it's 10 o'clock at night, I just whip it up, call it a day. And then if I have a chill weekend, maybe it's just making extra pancakes.
Very cool. So, you make 2 to 3 breakfasts for the week, and that way you can spread them out through the week. You don't get too sick of it, and also it's consistent.
Yes.
Cool.
Now, the next tip is to repurpose leftovers. So usually over the weekend, we will have one evening where we cook something big, whether we go to my mom's house and she makes something, or Sirak's barbecuing, or I'm making a disgusting roast in the oven. Okay. Something like a large quantity. Even if you like go to your cousin's house, maybe there's extras, like whatever. Having those leftovers going into the week will help you whip up some kind of lunch. And then if you don't have an event like that, or if you don't cook or something over the weekend, My backup plan is to get turkey breast and something that's hormone-free, nitrate-free, and make a quick turkey sandwich for lunch. So at least I have something in the fridge.
Nice. And it's not just that too, right? It's also like from the dinner before, the night before.
Yeah.
Like if you have if like the night before you had dinner and it was like a lot left over, like
exactly.
last night we had the Mongolian beef, you better believe I'm having that for lunch today. If you don't give that for what?
I had it for breakfast. There were only like 5 pieces. I was going to make you a breaded chicken panini. I'm so sorry.
You know what? That's okay. It's not like I've been looking forward.
It's not like it was that
it's
good
not like
the next day.
It's not like I was looking forward to it all day thinking, hey, we're recording all these podcasts. At least at the end, the great reward at the end of recording all these podcasts was going to be having this amazing lunch that was created by the love of my life. But you know what? That's okay. What I will do is I'll just starve. I'll just starve until the next time you make it. No, I'm just joking. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all
make
good.
It again.
I'm just kidding. But I have to say, what kind of a person has Mongolian beef for breakfast?
Me. I love leftovers for breakfast.
Let us know in the comments if you would do that. Would y'all eat Mongolian beef for breakfast?
I love it. I love sushi for breakfast. I love beef for breakfast. Chicken from last night. Oh my God, it's my favorite. I come home from the gym, open the fridge, and eat like a cold piece of chicken.
How come that's not a strategy here? Just eat a cold piece of chicken.
People don't do that. I'm weird. I'm so sorry. Wow, my heart's broken.
No, I'm joking. It's okay. It's okay. But I did get a little bit of like...
Okay, I'll make it up to you somehow.
It's okay.
Now.
I'm joking around.
No,
Make me a sujuk. If I can, I'll make myself a sujuk toast for lunch, and that'll be perfect.
Okay, fine. All right. My next tip is to make some familiar meals every day. If you make something new, you might get a little bit annoyed of trying to like jump through the obstacles of cooking, right? So I suggest making something new maybe like once or twice a week, depending on like what you're up for. But overall, try familiar meals. And if you're easing your way into the kitchen, if you don't usually cook, I wouldn't first thing like set out to make like 5-10 different things during the week. I would just set out to make 2 or 3 things and just, get used to that before doing like dinner every single night, meal prepping every single thing, so it could get overwhelming if you do that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So with that, now we have so those are like some key strategies, right? Those are the key strategies you want to implement into planning out this meal plan.
Yes.
Now here are the steps to get started. This will be 6 steps to help you write up that meal plan. Yeah. So what is our first step?
So your first step would be to get a calendar, or maybe you're using the Sisterhood app where you can see your meals mapped out, and try to like map it out in a way that makes sense for you. When you look at it, you feel inspired. And when you choose the meals that you're going to put onto it,
let's not get there yet.
We're not there yet.
Yeah. But basically, like you were just saying, sorry to coach, I just want to, I want to make the steps clear so everyone can just go one by one. But get a calendar that's either blank, like a physically blank calendar that you can print out a template, or find one or do it virtually, like on some sort of a app like the Sisterhood. Keep in mind, we also at the beginning of every month, we've been sending out a PDF meal plan for every member. And in it includes blank meal plan templates for you to print and create your own. So that's something you can also utilize if you are a member.
Yes.
So cool. All right. We got our calendar. It's blank. What is step number 2?
Start brainstorming your favorite foods that you can make. Scroll through the app, see what foods ring true to you. Maybe you have some family favorites that you can modify and make gluten and dairy free. Make sure that it's exciting for you and it's not just chicken, broccoli, and rice. There's nothing I hate more than a boring meal.
I mean, it's good to have it once, a couple times, but if you have it all the time, it does get boring.
I don't like being on some kind of restrictive diet where I feel like I can only eat this much rice, this much broccoli, this much chicken, and every night is the same thing. There's no sauces and fun and excitement.
Yeah, exactly. So and try to find ones that, like Tallene said, you can make multiple servings from. So it's not like you have to make just one portion it every time. And
Yeah, adapt these for PCOS. You can swap some ingredients. Maybe there's milk in it. You swap it out for dairy-free. Maybe there's cheese. Maybe you find the dairy-free cheese that works. This way it doesn't feel like you're eating like health food or like diets, you know?
Yeah. So now we've step number 2. We
Chosen
brainstorm
the foods we
favorite
like.
foods. Maybe write them down on a separate piece of paper, like 10 favorite foods that you love, 10 favorite meals you love, and see how you can swap them or make them more PCOS friendly if possible.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Now we have our blank calendar. We have our list of favorite foods. Now what's step number 3?
So step number 3, you want to make sure that these meals have all of the different components that are going to make them PCOS friendly. So maybe you found like a recipe for, I just did this the other day. It was chickpea patties. It's a recipe in the Sisterhood, but that's certainly not a meal. You want to make sure that it's balanced with protein, carbs, and fiber. All of the recipes in the Sisterhood are balanced like that. And when you have that, you can strategize what you're going to eat throughout the week, because maybe then you can batch prepare the veggies and eat it multiple days in different ways. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you are planning ahead, that they are balanced meals and not just random recipes that you found of like just a chicken. It's like, what are you going to eat with it? You want to make sure that it has all of those components.
Yeah. Protein, healthy fats, fiber, and those carbs. And you also want to make sure that it's within your carb tolerance range, or at least knowing your carb tolerance range will help you know, okay, all these meals are adding up to 90 grams of carbs per day, and that's my range, and that's what I can do.
Yes.
Great. Awesome. So we optimized that list of our favorite foods. Now, what is the next step?
Now, and they're all balanced. And now the next step is to plan for foundational meals. So as you're starting to cook, as you're going through the weeks and you're like learning what you like and what you don't like, once you figure out what you like, these will be your foundational meals. For me, it's like smoothies. I will always have in the freezer what I need to create a smoothie. If you have those foundational meals, that will help you with meal planning moving forward, because then if you do get distracted, if you do fall off track, maybe you don't have time to create a meal plan for the week, you know how to function and navigate in your kitchen, and you have the things that are necessary for you to whip something up, even though there was no plan, because now you have dabbled in cooking. Now you know like what you like and what you don't like. And suddenly you don't have to be super vigilant about your meal planning. You'll actually have the stuff already, and you already know how to whip something up and make it work.
Yeah, exactly. And your foundational meals are sometimes like could be the quote unquote simple meals that you always like can resort to if like Tallene said you're stressed out.
Yeah.
So like the chia seed puddings or the different oatmeals or sheet pan dinners, because you can just make a big batch of vegetables or a big batch of meat, protein and things like that. So
Last couple nights ago when I made that disgusting roast, I was like, what are we going to do? Of course, I had my backup plan so that it wasn't a complete disaster. I had meatballs that my mom had made and I had frozen in the freezer, and I just microwaved them, and boom, suddenly dinner was saved. So it's like, even if you mess up, you have a backup plan. You have your foundational things. I will always have my mom's frozen meatballs in the fridge.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. So cool. So now I'm kind of breaking everything down. We have our blank calendar, and then we have a list of our favorite foods that are PCOS friendly, balanced. And we have a list of foundational meals like breakfast smoothies and so forth.
Yes.
And then step number 5.
Step number 5. Okay. So you have things in the fridge. You have an idea of what you like. You're mapping out your calendar and everything. Now, how do we simplify this and plan to use leftovers so that you're not always cooking? And how do we create batches of things that will taste good after 3 days and not just be like mush after 3 days? Do you know what I mean? So take a good look at what you're making and realize that, okay, I'm making soup on Monday. Well, maybe I can make 3 or 4 servings and eat it for lunch for 3 or 4 days. And that will taste good. You just heat it up. It's not going to be disgusting. And then, the other day I made breaded chicken. We had that for dinner. then I was able to chop it up and make a salad for a couple of days with the leftovers. So I try not to make meals just for one day. I try to make it for like multiple uses, or else I'm going through a lot of trouble and dishes to wash and like pans to like scrub only for dinner. Like, how is that worth it?
Yeah.
So you need to get a good bird's eye view. Okay, these are the recipes I want to make. Maybe I could take one out and maybe I can make more of another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I like that a lot because nobody wants to make a fresh dinner every single day after work or after school. You know, it gets pretty tiring.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, we also did in the survey I mentioned earlier, we also asked people, the members, we asked, do you like to batch make foods or do you like to cook them fresh? And majority of people said that they prefer a mix, with the second highest answer being batch cooking. So obviously I feel like what we can all relate to is like you want batch cooking, preparing meals, you know, a lot in advance, and then adding in those like favorite foods here and there. So that's really where we're like, this whole thing comes from as well. It's based on the survey. Build those foundational meals, insert those favorite foods in between, and you have this really good mixture of batch versus fresh.
Yeah, the way that we've updated the app, it's from personal experience and it's from feedback. So we always survey our sisters to make sure that what we're doing is exactly what you want.
Yes.
And it's a tool that you can actually utilize.
Yeah. And that was kind of number 6, right? Or that was step number 6.
Yeah. Plan for which days you're going to dedicate the cooking and the prepping for most of your meals. On Sunday, for me, that's the day that I like to do a few things. I have my groceries. I like to wash some of the veggies, pat them dry, put them in Tupperwares so that during the week when I'm making a 30-minute meal, you know, I don't have to be washing green onions and then peeling them and chopping them and all of this. I could just whip it out and just throw it in the meal because it's already chopped. Yeah. And that makes a huge difference. It's like 5-10 minutes of like finagling that I don't have to do at night when I'm not in the mood, right? And that makes it a lot easier to create a healthy meal. And I know sometimes we say like, we don't have time to like do all of this prepping and stuff like that. But honestly, like on a weekend, you can carve out an hour just to set yourself up for success for the next week. Mm-hmm. And the more you do that, the easier it is. And the more you get used to doing a quick egg bake in the oven, and then you have that for a few days, or you know what I mean? The more you get used to some of the foundational foods that I mentioned earlier that you really like, and then it's a routine and it's not a nuisance, and you're just like, this is what we do. And then you thrive during the week because it's not a nuisance to eat gluten and dairy free or PCOS-friendly or protein, carbs, and fiber, and balance your plate.
I love that. Great job, babe. These are great steps for anyone who just wants to start from scratch and create your own 4-week meal and workout plan.
Yes.
What would be some additional tips with these steps, like in between like these steps, to make sure people, you know, don't fall to certain mistakes or things like that?
One big step is to not fall into the perfectionist trap and expect everything to go perfectly, and then get annoyed and then give up because it's not. Like, I've been cooking for years, and I told you just the other day, I just wasted who knows how much money that roast was. The whole thing was disgusting, and it's going to the dog. But I did not give up. I persevered, and the next day I made something really good. And the reason why is because I didn't waste time getting too upset about it. I took the meatballs out of the freezer. I had my foundational elements. I pivoted, and we still had a nice dinner, and it was fine. We laughed about it. Now the dog's eating it, and now we're talking about it on the podcast. You know, so it's like, if you fall into that perfectionist trap, it's only a downhill spiral. You just have to do your best, pivot, and make it work.
Yes.
And don't forget to celebrate when you do eat something or cook something that you really like. Take a picture, post it, tag us, you know?
Yeah, we want to celebrate with you. We'll repost it.
It's exciting. You like put an effort into something creative, whether it turned out beautiful or not. It doesn't have to be like an Instagram showdown. Like, it could just be whatever you cooked. It was delicious. It was healthy. Tag us. We love to see it.
Yes, 100%.
And last but not least, plan for snacks in between meals. I also like to batch prepare snacks on the weekends when I have time. So sometimes that'll be like a high protein cookie or something from the sisterhood. I have all these delicious low sugar, gluten and dairy free snacks that I love to keep in the freezer and just grab before my workout or in between lunch and dinner.
Yes, exactly. Awesome. So that is essentially how to create your own 4-week meal plan. And like to kind of wrap up, we want to remind you that like building these habits will take about 3 to 4 weeks. So that means like don't be super hard on yourself in the beginning. It's going to take time to become that meal planning pro, just like Tallene is. So give yourself some grace along the way. See the progress and like really like take that, look at that progress and feel proud of yourself for even making it like for getting it each step of the way, for showing up every single day.
Exactly. You said it, babe.
Yes. Awesome. And again, Ron mentioned if you want to create your own 4-week meal and workout plan inside of an app, which also optimizes and personalizes your meal plan experience for you, you can check out the Sisterhood. We mentioned it earlier, but we have a huge update for the meal plan coming out. It may have already come out. We are recording this episode a couple of weeks early, so it may have already come out by now. And that whole point is to make the meal plan perfect for the PCOS community based on your feedback and based on your requests. So we're just really excited to launch that just for you.
Yes. Thanks so much for joining us. And don't forget to tag us and when you cook something or comment below and let us know what you made.
Yes. Take care, everybody. Oh, let us know. Would you eat Mongolian beef in the morning? You know, or sushi?
So sorry.
What's your favorite dinner meal in the morning?
Forward to it.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
Okay.
Let's go fight about it after this episode. All right, everybody. We love you. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Take care.